everybody, it is time for another live stream from your old pal Caroline. And I have decided to start this week's live stream by looking at some dogs, because nobody ever looks at these dogs. But fun fact, if you go behind the academy over here, there's some dogs and a dog walker. Her name's Claire Madeline. Very good dogs. Anyway, now that we've started this live stream off on the right foot, off I go to the HELO, where I am going to add some apex predators and see what happens. So, the last time we visited the HELO, we created 3 biodomes, I believe. Yes, Raintown, Himalayas, and Desert. And yeah, I have not touched them in 3 weeks. I'm going to try Himalayas first. And the max time away cap is 1 year, so after 1 year of time elapsed in the Himalayas, they stopped aging, I guess. But we'll see what happened in 1 year. It says decomposers at a risk of dying, pollinators at a risk of dying. I don't see that anything... Oops, what went extinct? Oh dear, the red panda went extinct. All right, well, let's see the damage. Let's enter this biodome and see what's up. All right. Oh dear. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, this is a lot. This is just a lot. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, well, we have a flower or two in here. That definitely happened. Woo! Ooh, this is too much. This is an unnecessary amount of flowers for sure. Well, this is I guess what happens when you don't have enough marmots. There's plenty of marmots though. There are almost 10,000 food points, and a single marmot situation only needs like 100. So yeah, I guess the marmots are doing pretty dang well in this biodome. Oh, look at some babies. Wait, no, those are earthworms. Never mind. Who are you? Oh, a pangolin. Oh, isn't that nice? Okay, well the pangolins are doing okay. Let's assess the damages in here. We've got our health is at 81% here. So that could be better. Let's close this window here. Let's go into the data tool and see what the heck is going on with this crazy biodome. All right, so decomposer health is 60%, and it looks like there's plenty of detritus available for decomposers. So I'm not sure. Oh no, they're fine. Yes, so that's the green arrow for the decomposer, so they're fine. We've got an orange arrow here. So for producers, it looks like everything is okay producer-wise, more or less. I'm not sure, and most of them are pollinated too. 98% are pollinated, so I'm not sure what they're so upset about. I'm not sure if maybe there are a ton of marmots in here, so maybe the marmots are eating the plants such that a lot of them are. They have low health right now. The health is going up a little bit. All right, and let's check the first level consumers. They've got a 68% chance of finding food, which is honestly good. It's just too many things here. I don't know why they have a 68% chance of finding food, because there's plenty of food available. Oh, it's the nectar. It's the nectar. I think we're about to have a moth population crash. All right, let's check this population. All right, we have got nearly 13,000 moths. A truly unnecessary number of moths. We've got 516 marmots, 216 babies, and 300 big boys. And then the Chinese pangolin, we've got, 85 is still too many, but at least that's like 2 digits instead of 4 digits. Too many digits. All right, well, okay, this happened. So yeah, I guess we gotta fix this now, huh? Actually, now I'm curious to see what happened to my other biodome. Oh, thank you for that. I want to know what happened to my other biodomes. I got to assess all of the damages before we start fixing things. Look, some of these flowers are hovering. Oh man, it's just everything's really gone to the dogs here. I don't know why people say gone to the dogs. This is insulting to dogs. We started this live stream off with some very nice dogs. Here's another very nice dog. Good old HELO. Woof, he says. Good HELO. All right, let's check out Desert, which it's at 40% HP, so it looks like that maybe isn't doing so well. The thing about her is there's just some, oh dear, oh heavens, Oh, my stars. Oh, dear. Oh, these moths. Oh, there's too many moths. Oh, no. Oh, at least the health is now at 91%. Oh, boy. And there's level 1 detritus, so, yeah, there's that, at least. There's it's a bunch of Gaeta grass. Are there even any, like, first level consumers in this biodome? Let's find out. Who lives here? Who's here? Okay, well, here's our problem. We have 30,000 moths, we have 3,000 some Gaeta grasses, we've got a bunch of joint ferns, a bunch of millipedes. Nothing's gonna eat the grass. That is a ostensibly simple problem to fix. So, all right, okay. Ooh, 68%. I wonder if the moths have run out of pollen to get. Yeah, it looks like maybe that's what happened. This Gaeta grass has no nectar, so this biodome may also experience a moth crash soon. However, the way that grass replenishes its nectar is meant to make it a little bit easier for pollinators to survive. So it's possible that we won't have a moth crash, but we'll see about that. Put some insectivores in here, get them sorted. All right, let's see our third biodome and see what's going on over there. All right, let's have a look. All right, Raintown, what have you done? Okay. If anybody in the chat wants to suggest a biodome for me to fix first, you may do so now as I walk through this. Well, now this is manageable. Look at this. This is what I like to see. Just, some animals, not a bunch. Oh, it's paused. Huh, well, that'll do it, won't it? We'll try playing that. Well, okay. I mean, I guess that if it was paused, then it's not going to go wild on us. But that's okay. At least we know that one of these biodomes has some semblance of balance here. And looks like I've even got a jaguar in here. So it looks like this biodome's doing okay. I am not as concerned about this biodome. All right, so it looks like we've got two just out of control biodomes that we have got to fix because we left them on for a year and they just went all pear-shaped on us. We don't really say that in America, gone pear-shaped, but I hear it in some of my British TV shows from time to time, and I really like it. Oh, it's gone pear-shaped. For some reason, it's so evocative. It has gone pear-shaped. You know that the word piriform means pear-shaped? It's true. Look it up. All right. Well, we've got ourselves a whole truckload of marmots, earthworms, blue poppies, and moths. So that's a lot of low-level consumers. So I think what we probably need to do is we probably need to add some insectivores and some carnivores to take care of some of these problems. We might also need some more heavy-duty plant consumers, herbivores, that's what they call them, because I don't think these marmots are doing a good job of culling these blue poppies. So let's go into our little biodex here. What do we have? What kind of animals do we have here? Well, that's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do it. These animals, they take teeny weeny little bites. I need animals that'll take great big bites and get this biodome under control again. Oh, an elephant. Yeah. Get an elephant. Ooh, a tiger. Yeah, nice hungry tiger. Put that in there. Doles come in packs, which they do come in packs because like a lot of the animals here come in packs, like a pack of 6. But doles really do come in packs. Oh, I'm very funny. I'm very, very funny. All right. Ooh, rhino. Rhino is going to be a hungry buster. And a jungle fowl. Ooh, I don't trust jungle fowl. Those are too small. However, they are insectivores, I think. They're herbivores and insectivores. So maybe if we add some jungle fowl, it'll take care of our moth problem a little better. So maybe I will buy some jungle fowl. And we certainly don't need any more pollinators. So those pollinators can just chill in the biodex. All right, here we go. Let's open this up. And I think I'm going to put some elephants in here and see if they can't take care of some of these blue poppies for us. All right, there we go. Take care of the blue poppies, please. Go eat the blue poppies. All right, and then And as far as insectivores go, to take care of our moth situation, let's look around and see if we can find where the concentration is highest of these moths here. These obstreperous moths. Here, there's a bunch of moths over here. Let's plop some jungle fowl right over there, and hopefully they will just eat a lot of them. Oh, good. It says 1% chance of finding food. That means that they might starve to death soon. Oh, I sure hope they do. We do not have the bandwidth for all of these animals. Now you'll notice that some of these blue poppies are growing in the water, which is technically incorrect. They are not aquatic plants, but that's okay because it's a video game. So let's go over our problems here. So our problem is that we left the biodome, we left it for an entire year, and we left it without any carnivores of any type. When we left, we had some red pandas, we had some bamboo, and we had moths and marmots and a few Chinese pangolins here. And we had some Himalayan fairy grass and some blue poppies, which we added because they have a very quick blooming cycle in the HELO, which will take care of our pollinators. Pollinators, they will starve to death without any nectar. So we did that, but we didn't leave any carnivores in here. And we also apparently didn't have anywhere near enough insectivores. So there was just a population boom. And now we're at 81% because eventually, I don't know if this biodome can sustain all of these animals at once. It's only lasted for a year this way, but it's possible that things would start starving to death. Let's look at our data tool again. So there's still some orange arrows here indicating that we do not have enough to help our animals out. So it looks like the moths, they need almost 50,000 food, and we have less than 100. So depending on when the next blooming cycle occurs, we might be in for a big moth die out, which honestly would be ideal. Now, we do have a lot of detritus available, so it looks like our earthworms are going to be okay for a little while longer, at the very least, so that's okay. All right, we're collecting the wood, and we're moving forward in time. And then what are our consumers? So I guess that the consumers that are in trouble here are the moths, and not necessarily the marmots, etc., the elephants and things. How much food do you even need? Yeah, eat a lot, elephants. Please eat a lot. We really need this. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get rid of some of these plants. If there are fewer plants, then there will be less nectar and there will be fewer leaf points for all of the herbivores and pollinators in this biodome, which hopefully will control their numbers a little bit by limiting the amount of food available. So if we get rid of the plants first, then hopefully that will have sort of a well, there's no such thing as a trickle up effect. That's not how water works or any other liquid really, but you know, it'll resonate throughout all of the other trophic levels. What we're talking about here are trophic levels. I'm going to call them trophic levels. I've only really ever read that word. I did not look up how to pronounce it. If you know, please do spell it phonetically in the comments for me. But we're talking about trophic levels here because in nature, what you need is a ton of plants to sustain a small number of plant eaters. And you need a ton of plant eaters to sustain a very small number of meat eaters. So that means you need even more plants to support the herbivores. And basically everything is kind of arranged like a pyramid. And you've got the base is made of plants and leafy greens and fruits and things. Above that are herbivores. And by the time you get to the top, you've got things like apex predators. But they require so much food that you really have to have a very robust and healthy ecosystem to be able to sustain just one carnivore. And unfortunately, we didn't have any of this balanced properly. At 0 carnivores, and now we don't have enough. I don't think we're going to have enough plants to sustain all of these marmots that have run amok everywhere, and that is why we are in this pickle of a situation. Let's check our data tool again. All right, okay, all right. How many moths are we at? Oh, good, we're at 10,000. I think we were at like 40,000 before, and now we have significantly less moths. no, significantly fewer moths. We have significantly fewer to worry about. So that's good. So the system works. The system of starvation, which, sorry, nature, but we designed this game such that you can't take any big sweeping changes on your biodome. You can't just remove an animal or an organism if you mess up. You have to just really sit with the fruits of your ill decisions, your poor decisions. So this elephant, look at this elephant having a nice snooze. That's good. All right, well, okay, so we've got fewer moths now. And I think that there needs to be even fewer, though, because the reason why so many of these plants are reproducing is because they're just getting pollinated all over the place. So if they're not pollinated, then they won't spread quite as quickly. We have our jungle fowl over there, I think. Oh, yeah, nice clip, Caroline. Over here, and they are only able to eat the bugs that are within this sphere here. So, like, these bugs over here, they are safe. And I don't want them to be safe. So I'm going to take another red jungle fowl, and I'm going to put it over here to take care of these moths. So that will hopefully do us some good here. All right, good. All right, so we're not doing that well, but we're not doing horribly. We're addressing some of the issues. The main point is that my computer isn't chugging to a halt here, which is pretty nice. At least we can see this abject failure of a biodome at full FPS, so that's nice. It's not a failure of a biodome. Making a mistake does not a failure make. We are learning. We're learning about ecosystems, and that is okay. Oh, look at these little pangolins. Look at them just going on their little back feet. I just love a good pangolin. All right, so I don't know if I'm imagining this or not. I'm going to click on this elephant. I'm not sure if I'm imagining this or not. Am I imagining that there's fewer poppies in this area? I feel like there are kind of fewer poppies in this area, so maybe the elephant gambit is working. I'm going to be reckless. I'm going to put a rhino in the same territory as the elephant. Now, normally, if I were just starting out with this game, I would not do this because rhinos and elephants, they both require quite a bit of food. So if you don't have a really strong, huge number of plants to sustain both of them, they're just going to eat everything and then die of starvation. But since there's so much food here and the elephants only require, 1/25 of the food that's available here, I think we can sustain a rhino population too. And that will help us to hopefully cut down on the plant population that's here. So we can hopefully cull some of these flowers. All right. Okay, so this isn't so bad. And we're just going to leave this for a little while. We're going to leave it, and we're just going to trust the process. That's what we're going to do. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the desert and see what's what over there. And I know I promised everybody I was going to put some apex predators, and so I totally will. But I want to be very careful with the Himalayas because I don't want to get rid of the herbivores before they have taken care of the runaway plant issue. So let's go back to Sandrine and let's go into the desert and see what we can see over there. All right. So let's remind ourselves of what we have. And we really only have, I think, producers and pollinators. That's all we've got going over here. So we need some insectivores and we need some herbivores. And what kinds are we going to go for? We certainly don't need any plants. All right, we've got bobcats, an armadillo. That's an insectivore. Okay, all right, okay. Desert kangaroo rat, also an herbivore. I think they're also insectivores, but they must not be as insectivorous as the armadillos. And what else have we got? Rattlesnake, that's not helpful. An ant is a scavenger. That's not helpful either. I don't care for that. Well, you know what? I'm going to look in the biodex. Is there anything else that I can buy here that's going to help us out? Ooh, a burrowing owl, perhaps? They feed on small rodents, lizards, frogs, and insects. Okay. They also eat seeds and fruit from time to time in the wild. These are just so cute. I'm gonna buy a burrowing owl, and hopefully it'll eat some of our moths, but it will leave our grass alone. So who's gonna take care of the grass then? What do the H.E.L.O monsters eat? Well, they're carnivorous, and they occasionally consume carrion, so that must be why they're listed as omnivores here. I guess a mule deer. Oh, I guess we already have mule deer, so that's fine. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. All right. So I do not want to place a desert kangaroo rat just yet, but I do want an insectivore to start helping me out. So let's put these burrowing owls right here. And burrowing owls are so called because they're owls that burrow. So that's where we got that name. They can fly, but unlike most other owls, they typically make their nests a little lower on the ground. Occasionally, they'll make their nests within cacti, like the saguaro, and they're principally insectivores. Most other owls are carnivores. They are birds of prey. They go after mice and rabbits and things like that. But burrowing owls, they're like, nah, insects. Insects is what I want. I'm a burrowing owl. That's what they sound like, if you could hear them speak. All right, now this one seems to be eating some of our moths, so that's helpful, thank you. And we've got many more moths up here. I think maybe I would like to, as a helper for the burrowing owl, I think I'm going to place an armadillo. And hopefully it'll also eat some insects for us. There we go. And there are those armadillos. And I like how animals just sort of drop in as if they just fall from the heavens. These animals are meant to be holograms, or not real animals, because the HELO is meant to be a simulation. But all the animals look exactly the way that they do in the biodome, so it's hard to tell that these are not real. But we thought it would be unethical to imply that you are playing fast and loose with a bunch of real animals here. So all of the animals in the HELO are meant to be just simulated. So if you cause a biodome catastrophe, you're not further endangering all of the endangered animals from Earth, since it is 2142 and basically all animals are endangered now. So sorry. All right, so we've got some insectivores going, and we are addressing the insect issue over here. And so I think I'm going to go up a little bit. I want to place an herbivore, but I want the herbivore's territory to overlap some parts of the biodome that do have insectivores. That way, if there's an insectivore that's overlapping the grass, that means the grass can reproduce, which means that it will replenish itself when it gets eaten. So who am I going to pick? I need a mule deer. We have plenty of grass. I'm feeling confident. Let's put a mule deer down here. There they go, frolicking among the galleta grasses. All right. So hopefully they will take care of some of the grasses that are growing up over here. Let's take a look at our data tool and see how we're doing. And it looks like the deer only require 634 food, and they definitely have enough. So that's helpful. And for nectar, we certainly have enough nectar too to last us quite some time. And oh, I forgot to look for the insectivores. Where are the insectivores? Oh, I think, nope. Where are the insectivores? Are they over here? No, it's these. Okay, here we go. Well, maybe it's not. Oh well. Presumably, the moths are being eaten, because I saw a burrowing owl eating some moths, so it wouldn't have gone there if it wasn't eating the moths. So yeah, hopefully that's taking care of their population. Actually, why don't I check the populations? We've got 5,000 moths here and about 3,000 galleta grass, and I guess we'll just monitor that and see if these numbers go up, go down, do anything else. All right, so that's cooking, sort of. You know what? I'm gonna put some more mule deer down. Yeah, there we go. Oh, now there's a bunch of mule deer. See how that happens. There we go. All right, so we're doing pretty well here, I think. And I'm going to go back to Himalayas. I doubt that much has changed, but I do want to see if anything has changed. And if we're looking a little better, in we go. All right. Well, that looks the same to me. Let's get out here. Oh, there are all the animals. There we go. That took it a while to remember what animals were here because there's so many. And let's check the data. Whoops. Let's check the data tool to see what we're doing here. How are we doing? Let's check our populations. All right, we still at about 10,000 moths. 90 pangolins. Dang. 98 pangolins. Oh man. Well, would that they could replenish themselves so easily on our own planet. All right. Okay. All right. Well, it's 3:25, and I did promise everybody that I would do some apex predators. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a tiger just to see what happens. And I wanted to wait a little bit longer until the blue poppies had been culled a bit, but that didn't happen. And I definitely want some tigers, some tiger action. So I'm going to play some Bengal tigers. When we were first making the game, we briefly considered only featuring Bengal tigers or snow leopards, but eventually we went with both because they're both so cool. I prefer tigers for no particular reason, but some people prefer snow leopards. What do you prefer, tigers or snow leopards? Tell me in the comments. Or what's your favorite big cat? Let me know. And I'm not really a cat person, truth be told. I am a dog person. I'm allergic to cats. When I used to live in Florida, there was a wildlife sanctuary that you could go to and see a bunch of big cats. And boy, oh boy, was I ever allergic to big cats. Big cats, big allergies. That's what I always say. The bigger the cat, the more troublesome the histamines, I guess. All right. So, we've got a Bengal tiger. You know what? I don't want this Bengal tiger to be lonely, so I am going to place one more Bengal tiger. And now, when the time comes, they will be able to have little tiger cubs, and that will be very cute. But I don't think we'll be able to see that during this stream because it'll be 40 weeks before they are ready to do that. But if I leave the biodome on again, perhaps they will have had babies by the next time I visit the HELO, since I think I'll probably I'll probably leave this on again just to see how much we can change this biodome through a bunch of playthroughs. All right. Oh, there's so many baby marmots everywhere. They're so cute. Okay. Well, oh, hey, the health is going up a little bit, 91%. Let's check the data tool again. All right. Yeah, it looks like we're not really, these numbers seem pretty stable. And I gotta say, like, we're only at level 1 detritus, so maybe this is okay. It's an overwhelming number of flowers to my eyes, but maybe this is okay. Thing is, I'm not usually used to seeing this many flowers because I generally don't allow my biodomes to do anything while I'm not looking at them. But everybody seems to be okay. Unfortunately, the red pandas couldn't hack it in this situation. I'm not sure why though. There was plenty of plants for them to eat, so I don't know why they couldn't make it. Oh ho! Look at these. Got some carcasses. Oh, look at that. Well, he's got like a stash here. Oof! Look at that. Got four carcasses. Yeah. You try eating that. How's that taste? Look at this beautiful tiger texture. The texture is the colors. When you're referring to a 3D model, the colors of it are called the texture. Even though it doesn't necessarily have to do with how the animal is supposed to feel. But I love looking at this tiger. It's one of my favorite assets in the game. An asset is just a thing that's in the game, using my game designer lingo here. All right, I'm going to go into first person mode. Just tiptoe through the poppies here. I also really like these poppies. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The Himalayan biodome, it's my favorite. I really like it. It is a lot of fun. It's just so pretty. Oh, you know what I just realized? My rhododendrons! My rhododendrons, they're gone! Well, you better believe I'm not going to have a Himalayan biodome without some rhododendrons. I'm putting them back in. Get in there, rhododendrons, and be pretty. There we go. Yeah, that's that's what this biodome needs, is some height. Everything is so short, it looks silly. It looks like a grassland, and we're trying to do a forest-looking place. I believe I mentioned this in the last live stream. All of the biomes that are available for the HELO or that are part of the biodome facility in Espeth, they are based on a real part of the Earth. And this one is based on the Himalayas. Most of the other biodomes, they have like a very specific biome that it refers to, like the Mojave is a desert. It's just a desert. And the marine biodome is a marine ecosystem. The Himalayas, however, come on, tree. I can't, oh, there we go, okay. The Himalayas, however, we sort of mushed a bunch of different biomes together to be able to cover all of the different animals and plants that we wanted to put in. So, so normally we probably wouldn't be seeing, like, well, I don't have any snow leopards here, but we wouldn't be seeing snow leopards in the same place as like elephants. That's not where they both belong. And the rhinoceroses, they do exist in the Himalayan regions, but they don't exist in the same places as all of the other animals here, so we sort of fudged things. So when we refer to the Himalayas, we call it Himalayan forest, but it's a lot of different biomes that it actually comprises. It's a bit of taiga forest, boreal forest, it's a bunch of different things. So yeah, now you know that. I would be remiss if I did not point that out. All right. What else can we put in here? I don't have nearly enough plants. I'm going to put some bamboo up here. Some nice bamboo. This is mostly aesthetic, I guess, because we already had more than enough leaves to sustain all of our herbivores. But now I want some diversity in here. And if our diversity score improves, we'll also get more money, which of course is of no consequence to me because I am wealthy because I cheated because I'm a game designer and I can do that. but you know, it's good to have a good large biodiversity score for these biodomes. There we go. There, this is starting to look more pleasing. And let's look at what other plants we can put in here. I do like the banj oak. I'm going to put that in here. Oh, a deodar cedar. This is another word that I've only ever read. I don't know if it's deodar, deodar. I don't know. I'm calling it deodar. Goji. Love that. Love some goji. Pomegranate. Why not? Whenever I see the word pomegranate, I always read it in my head as pomegranate because when I was younger, my dad told me that's how you pronounce it. As a joke. And I had to learn that's not true on my own. But now I have to force myself not to say pomegranate. So thanks, Dad. I'll put some of these deodar cedars down. I love these. These are, I think, the tallest trees in the game are these deodar cedars. They are big. Big trees. With our most recent updates, we made it so that these cedars can be eaten by animals. It used to be that these were purely aesthetic. You'd put them in your biodome, and the only way to get them out of your biodome again was if your biodome got too much detritus and they slowly died of detritus, which would also kill everything else. The reason why we did that is because when we were first doing the research for all of the different species that we wanted in the HELO, we really wanted this cedar. It was a beautiful plant. It added a lot of verticality to our levels, but we couldn't find any evidence that animals really eat them much or eat their pine cones or whatnot. We didn't want to imply that the animals are subsisting on these plants upon which they do not subsist ordinarily. But we eventually decided that good game design might trump reality in this one instance. Look at that lovely forest. And so now the animals can eat the deodar cedars. If we're going to have rhinoceroses and snow leopards in the same HELO, we may as well allow the animals to have a nice cedary snack. Let's put some goji's down here too. I am very curious to see which of these different species will still be around next next time we go into this biodome. Yes, I am enjoying the way that this looks. This looks much better than it did. There we go. Oof, that was a little close. Oh, that looked kind of cool though. Look at me, I'm hiding in the grass like a tiger. Look at that. People think that tigers have vertical stripes because it makes them blend in with the grass a little bit better. Which may be true. I don't know. I've never seen a tiger in the grass. But that's the point, I guess. So you can't see them when they're in the grass. Haha. All right. Good. So, okay. So now I have like an aesthetically pleasing biodome. I have got my my cedars. I have my rhododendrons. This place is just lousy with blue poppies, but that's okay. I was a little bit was overwhelmed when I saw so many poppies growing, but we've spent a lot of time in this biodome and it doesn't really seem to be having that adverse of an effect on things. So it seems like maybe we can sustain this amount of blue poppies altogether. Oh, just as I say that, look at this. We're a level 3 detritus. How did that happen? Notifications. All right, a producer is at risk of dying. Oh, it's the cedar. Okay, well, sorry about that, cedar. I guess all the animals are eating from it. As a zone is increased, a decomposer at risk of dying. Did I lose any animals? Okay, I don't think so. So I guess maybe because I added so many new plants, especially these cedars, which drop a lot of needles, which adds significantly to the amount of detritus in the area. But that is all right. That is a problem that is easily fixed, and we'll just put some mushrooms down. Come on. Anywhere. Oh, there we go. Ah, there we go. And let me look. You know, I'm gonna unlock the Stag Beetle as well. Now the Stag Beetle is kind of a heavy-duty decomposer. These are a little hungrier than the earthworms, and they reproduce a little bit more slowly, but they do consume more than the earthworms do. So for like late stage HELOs like this one, the Stag Beetle might be a better choice than the earthworm. They can take a bigger chunk out of whatever you're trying to have less of, in this case, detritus. Oh, level 4. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, we were too proud. Our hubris. Oh dear. It was a level 1 with like 8 bajillion flowers when we got in here, and then we started adding things, and now it's at level 4 again, which goes to show that sometimes an ecosystem can actually be healthy without that many animals in it. So yeah, I overcorrected, but that's okay. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. What do we have here? Well, the moths and the poppies are still about the same amounts, and we've got a bunch of earthworms. Let's look in the data tool. The snapshot? Can that give us any clues about what we're doing wrong with the detritus? Okay, so it needs the decomposers that we have. They need about 7,000 food, and there's 20,000 that is available. So I don't know. And I was placing all of those stag beetles, and it still went up to level 4 detritus. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to place some more stag beetles in here to try and address this problem. I'm guessing that what happened was I put down all of those cedars and those elephants and everything, and I did not remember that, of course, the bigger the organism, the more detritus they produce. And detritus is, of course, things like poop and hair and bones and leaves and bark and just stuff that isn't really edible by like carnivores or primary consumers. These are things that can only be broken down by decomposers, and so that the detritus buildup can get pretty serious. And that is what we have done here. But look at how worth it was. Because look at these lovely trees. They're so nice. They're so nice and pretty. Very nice trees. All right. Well, it's still at level 4. And we've been in the Himalayan biodome for some time now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to let this biodome simmer for just a little bit, and I'm going to visit the Himalayan biodome in Espeth. I'm going to go and visit it, and we can see what that looks like. Because I want everybody to see, well, I want everybody to see what that looks like. Oh dear, we can't do that because we can't go there. All right, well, we're not going to do that then. I would have to do a different quest to be able to go through that. So next time I will unlock it, and then we'll be able to see the actual Himalayan biodome in Espeth. I'm going to just do a bit of walking around here in the hopes that my time will pass a little more quickly in my biodome while I'm out. And when we go back in, some things will have changed, and maybe we can at least get down to level 3 detritus before we end for this session. This is the marketplace. I haven't gone here on a live stream yet. It would be fun to go here and do some shopping, but it would be more fun if there were more people on the stream. So I'll wait until we become wildly popular, and then we can go on a shopping spree. This seems like a very good time to mention our art contest, which I do mention in every live stream because we are running an art contest. This is the My Art Museum, which is located in beautiful, picturesque downtown Espeth. And the prompt for our art contest is the view from my planet. So we are looking for any type of art, 2D art, from entrants aged 15 or younger. We have more details on our website, and winners will actually have their art featured at the My Art Museum. And I'm going to go inside just to show you what it looks like. It's a real art museum. So it's got a nice little diagram here of what the museum looks like, and inside we have all of this lovely art about, these are more or less inspired by just Earth, memories of Earth. So the Espethians and former Earth dwellers have gotten together, and they have created all of this art that is inspired by just Earth, things that happened on Earth, views from Earth, and everybody sort of did the view from their planet. So it's a nice picture of some little fawns in a forest, and this is a very famous painting in Espethian history of the biodome facility as it was first conceived in the early 2000s when H.E.L.O was still thinking of creating the city of Espeth, but it hadn't been created yet. Here's a picture of, I believe this is the, I'm not going to be able to say this word right, it's the Białowieża forest, which is a primeval forest in Poland, and it's famous for these buffalo, or these bison that live inside. Anyway, yeah, this is the art museum, and of course this is Violet Mai, who is the art curator, and she is the one who will be judging all of your art. And yeah, the winning pieces will be featured in this very art museum. So if your piece wins, you will literally be a video game artist, because your art will be in a video game, and that's all it takes. So yeah, that's my plug for the art contest. Please do send us your art. We would love to see it. And now let's go back to the biodome. Whoops, there we go. Go back to the academy. And we're going to head back into the HELO and see where the Himalayas are at. Actually, let me check on the desert first, because we left that a little while ago, so it will have maybe changed a little bit more. Okay, so here's a deer. We still got our deer here. That's nice. And burrowing owls are still hanging out. That's good. That's good. We've got still got some nice armadillo. This one, that would fall asleep after having a nice earthwormy snack. That's cute. All right, and let's check our data tool to see what the populations are like. All right, so we've still got about 5,000 moths, which isn't as bad as the Himalayas got to, and 8 armadillos, 12 mule deer, 6 burrowing owls, a bunch of millipedes, and we're still at level 1 detritus though, so it seems like this is pretty sustainable. And now I'm going to do exactly the unwise thing I did in the other biodome. I just want some nice tall plants in here, because then it'll look more deserty. And who doesn't like that? I'm going to put some saguaros in here, just for the cactus of it all, I guess. Oops. Ooh. There we go. All right, surely 3 cacti will not ruin, 4 cacti, that won't ruin the biodome, right? Maybe a couple of little baby barrel cacti. That can't do much damage, can it? Surely not. Surely not. There we go. We'll just put those over there. We won't overdo it this time. So yeah, that's good. It does look like this this biodome is doing pretty well, and I'm not gonna mess with it anymore because I messed with the Himalayas and the detritus it went pear-shaped, as I said earlier. All right, let's go back to the Himalayas and see what's happened, if there's any difference that we can perceive in what's been going on. All right, okay. Well, we've got a different diversity score. I should be paying more attention to the diversity scores that we have since we added so many new species. All right. Well, it's still at it's still at level 4 detritus, but at least it's not at level 5 detritus, am I right? Yeah. So let's look on the bright side. Oh, hey, look, these things are blooming. That's nice. Most of the plants, they have a different look for when they're blooming or when they're fruiting or whatnot. So even the bamboo, they get a little bamboo flower looking thing up there. There are certain types of bamboo that they grow from something called a rhizome because they reproduce asexually. So a rhizome, it's a little bit like a root. Oh dear, level 5 detritus. Oh dear. You know what? This will self-correct eventually. I'm going to put a couple more stag beetles down and just hope for the best. Oof. Yeah, I shouldn't have I shouldn't have messed with this biodome. It was perfectly good as it was. I should have just added some apex predators instead of trying to get rid of all of the poppies. Ugh. Anyway, rhizomes. It's a bit like a root system, but it's also a place from which new bamboo can grow. So you can see all of these bamboo, they're like in a stand. They look like they're separate bamboos, but they're all probably technically the same organism since they all came from the same rhizome. They're all sort of clones of one another. And there are certain types of bamboo that you can separate them from, well, plants aren't born, but separate them very early on in the development process and take them all over the world to different continents, whatever, it's your bamboo, and they all still flower at the same time. No matter what, they could be in completely different climates, different whatever, they bloom at the same time as their quote-unquote bamboo siblings, which is kind of sweet. So something about the internal clock. Do plants have circadian rhythms? I don't know if plants have circadian rhythms or not, but something about that. It translates for bamboo. All right. Well, I do wish that I hadn't totally wrecked this biodome because it was doing so well. Oh dear. And there's so many earthworms too. Come on, pick up the pace. Gotta do some more eating of of the detritus. Help me out here. However, eventually, let's get 8 and 6 still. Eventually, the biodome will start to die, which will make the problem even worse because carcasses are worth even more detritus points than living things every day. So, excuse me, I'm going to place some more stag beetles because I want to hopefully try and preserve this biodome, because if it all just collapses, then that's going to be bad, and we'll end up with just nothing, just millions of detritus points, and just nothing will be alive, and that will make everyone very sad. So I'm just going to put down just a whole boatload of stag beetles, and hopefully they will take the detritus levels down, and eventually that will self-correct, I think. And there won't be enough detritus points for the stag beetles, and they'll probably die out, because I don't think that this is a sustainable number of stag beetles. Oh yes, no, level 4, we're good. All right, so my stag beetle plot is working. So that means it looks like maybe we'll be able to get this back down a little bit, and then I think once I can get it down to like level 3, then we'll probably stop for the week. Next time we will be playing with the Draconarium again, and we're going to be trying to unlock new mutations. So next Wednesday at 3 p.m., we will be doing another live stream, because we do those now every Wednesday at 3 p.m. if you want to tune in live. Or you can just watch them asynchronously if that's more your jam. You can pause them and stuff. So we'll leave them up there. All right. I'm going to go into first person mode and just walk around the biodome a little bit. Just look at this tiger. This tiger is pretty savage. Look at this. Look at this guy. Or this gal. Look at all these corpses. What are you doing? Just piling corpses everywhere. Oh, and there's a dead marmot. He's just keeping all of his corpses there. That's dark. However, it's not necessarily inaccurate. Tigers are known to cache their prey, which means that they'll store it for later. Basically, usually a tiger can't finish an entire deer in one sitting, so it might eat its fill and then take that deer carcass and hide it up a tree somewhere, hide it somewhere else, cache it, and then it can return to that nasty rotting deer carcass later and eat it at its leisure. However, some animals might try to steal its cached food, so it's very hard to be a tiger, basically. Another stag beetle, because I'm impatient. Let's walk around the biodome a little bit more. Oh, look at this family of pangolins. Look, they're eating all of the worms. That is just precious. That is just dang precious. I love it. I love it. The pangolin family that snacks together, slaps together. I don't know. All right. I like to put my face in the leaves and pretend like I'm a creature looking out of them like that. That's what I like to do. Well, the detritus level is not decreasing as quickly as I would like. Oh, hey, maybe it'll decrease. Will it decrease? Will it update and decrease to level 3? This is the moment of truth, everyone. Is it going to do it? Let's check the data tool. What kind of a decomposer is at risk of dying? I doubt that. I doubt that very much. Detritus available. Oh, yeah. The detritus is fine. Well, at least it's level 4. We did save the biodome from a total collapse, I think. I hope. So I think what I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to leave this on this cliffhanger, I guess. This is a whole cliffhanger. I really hope that I don't open this up to disaster and flames next time we play with this HELO. But yeah, I think I'm going to stop it here. And yeah, hopefully the next time we open this up, it won't be totally dead, and maybe the detritus situation will correct itself in time. Let's just look at our data tool to remember what we have going here, and I'll just do this. Maybe I can look at this next time to compare the stats in 1 year with the stats as they are right now. We have 2 Bengal tigers. I'm curious to see if they'll have any cubs in the next year that will pass before we play again. We've got 36 red jungle fowl. So I don't think they've reproduced yet. And 3 rhinos. Maybe the rhinos or the elephants will have some babies. That'll be interesting to see. Or maybe we'll open it up and everything will be dead and gone and we'll have to start over again. But that's okay because, as I said previously, they are all holograms, so it's fine. All right, so I'm going to leave it here. And once again, please submit your art to our art contest. And yeah, talk to us online, and oh, and also visit our student webpage. It is TytoOnline.com/gamers, where we have some weekend activities listed. You can do these activities at home, and some of them require you to take a walk, but they're all pretty simple activities that you can do with just stuff you have around your house that will help you do science in your everyday life. So do check that out, and if you try any of our weekend activities, please let us know. We'd love to hear from you and see how they went for you, and we'd love to know how you like them. So yeah, basically that's about all I've got for everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's live stream, and tune in next week at 3 p.m. and we'll see what kind of mutations we can get our dragons to exhibit. All right. Have a great day. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Stay inside. And see you next time.